I know this video right here is going to upset a lot of people, but it has to be said. And I just want my brothers and sisters to know that I have a problem with black YouTubers on YouTube exploiting black people. Now, we all know the history of the Europeans. They always go to black countries and they exploit the black people that's there. That's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. But the last thing I expect, or the last thing I was expecting, that black people would do the same thing. Now, you don't have to agree with me, but I believe that black people are being exploited on YouTube by black people. And one thing I notice about us sometimes, we don't know when we're being exploited. We're even being exploited inside of the porn industry now. There's so much cooning going on in porn right now, it's not even funny. And you know what I'm talking about. And I see a lot of YouTubers that are making a lot of money off keeping black men and black women apart. See, a lot of YouTubers are only worried about one thing, and that's lining up their pockets. I remember there was a YouTuber that jumped on my channel and he said, I'm never going to stop making these videos because I make too much money off exploiting black people. He was basically saying, I make too much money off keeping this stuff going. I'm making money off keeping black men and black women divided. It is a market for that. There's always a market for cooning. And I also was watching a video a couple of days ago by David Carroll where he was mad and upset because he found out some of his fellow YouTubers was starting to have dialogue with black women. He was upset about that. I couldn't believe it. I said, why would you be mad? Because these brothers are starting to have dialogues with black women. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to talk to each other. That's what makes things a whole lot better. And one thing I learned, and I want to share this with my brothers and sisters that listen to this video. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong even though you're right. And you say, what do you mean by that? Well, my grandmother raised me because my mom passed away when I was 13 years old and I never knew my father. So I was raised by a wise woman. And she taught me that. She said, sometimes being right all the time is not good. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong even though you're right, because the benefits of what you're going to gain out of that is going to be much bigger than just your pride. Sometimes we got to put our pride to the side. Black women, sometimes when you know you're right, you have to put your pride to the side because the bigger picture is better. The fact that you can have a relationship strong with your black men, doesn't that outweigh just being right? Black men, we act the same way sometimes. We just want to be right. No, it's the black woman's fault. It's not about who's right. It's not about who's wrong. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong even though you're right. Because the benefits is going to outweigh just you having some kind of senseless pride. If I argue with someone, sometimes I just say, you're right. You know what, you're right. Because I don't think just being right is worth me jeopardizing the relationship I have with this person. That's why sometimes, even though we're right, it's okay to say you're wrong. Because the benefits outweigh everything. The benefits outweigh everything. But back to the exploitation that I see in these black YouTubers. I don't have no problem with brothers and sisters trying to make their money. But one thing I have a problem with is the exploitation of black people. No matter who you are, black, white, yellow, brown, do not exploit my people. And we as black people have to understand when we're being exploited. We're being exploited for a paycheck. Because a lot of YouTubers, let's just keep it real, a lot of YouTubers would lose their jobs. A lot of YouTube channels would go down. If black men and black women came together today, a lot of black YouTubers would go under. Let's just keep it real. Because their format and their platform is a division of black men and black women. That's what their YouTube channel is built on. That's how they got all their subscribers. That's how they make their money. So of course, they don't want peace between the genders. They don't want that. But what they gotta understand is that it's happening and it's going to happen. Look all through my channel with brothers and sisters getting along with each other. Look all through the videos that I make and you see black men and black women agreeing with each other. Because it's going to happen. I know that in the future that black men and black women are going to rise together again. It's going to happen. It's all scriptural. It's going to happen. We're going to lose a few along the way, but we're going to rise again together. And oh, I just can't wait for that day. Black men and women, if you knew what would happen when you come together, the world would be yours. Hands down. If we was to come together and then hand our family and our culture over to the Most High God and do it all in one accord, you would be unstoppable. Black men and women, listen. Everything that we going through is not worth it. We're only pedaling backwards with all of this going back and forth. Let the kids be the kids, and let me see the women and men step forward. That's what I want to see. I want us to handle our business in a grown way. But one thing I want to stop is the exploitation of my people by my people here on YouTube. And this is the reason why I'm pulling this dagger out. And I want to stab it through their hearts. Because you have added on to the problem. You have made things worser. You have put gasoline on a fire. You have even driven the wedge of division between black men and black women even deeper. But even with all that, you could not stop it. Because we're coming together now. And I'm sorry, David Carroll, you might be mad at the black YouTubers that's doing this, that's extending their hand now to the black women. You might be upset, my brother, but I'm sorry. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You cannot stop it. So stop exploiting our people and get out and get on the train, because the train is about to roll out, and it's going to roll out without you. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and as always, one love.